Yo, it's your Mario. We back at it again with another video. This time we're gonna be talking about Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, a new VR FPS game for PC VR and the Oculus platform, and just gonna talk about my general thoughts on it. So I'm gonna cut straight to the chase. We're gonna get right into the meat of the situation. This game is not a good VR game. I really wanted to like it, but it drops the ball in so many places. And I think a lot of people who played it will also agree with me. But first, let's talk about what I like. So, the combat in this game is smooth and flowed really well. I enjoyed it. If you can play this game as a cover shooter or kind of as a run and gunner, Rambo type person. The guns were fun to use and had great haptic feedback, which I enjoy because I like the rumble. And I was excited to finally use an MP40 in VR. So it's always in my dream to use an MP40 in a VR game. So this is the first time I got to do that. So I actually had fun with that. The guns all felt really great and satisfying to use. And you expect that out of a Medal of Honor game because, Medal of Honor, FPS, one of the greats. Some people didn't like the aiming system because they felt it was too arcadey, but I really enjoyed it. I think Pavlov people and people who primarily play Pavlov and other games like that probably wouldn't like it that much. But I don't play Pavlov, so I was like, I'm good. So there were also melee options in the game, like throwing knives, and I hit one guy with a shovel. And I enjoy that they add little details like that because a lot of FPS VR games lack melee. So I'm glad we got a melee in this one. Next, what I liked is the graphics. The graphics in this game look really good when they work. So the scenery, and you can tell there's a lot of love put into the scenery and the environments of this game, and a lot of the animations. Because there's like one part where a train flips over you, and I'll probably put that in the beginning of the video. But I really enjoyed just seeing that happen in VR. Not gonna lie, it's different in VR. So if there's ever like an Uncharted VR game, definitely gotta play that because that was crazy to see. So there are also VR options added to add comfort to VR users who, are more prone to motion sickness. So, you know how some VR games they add, I guess, the tint around your eyes. I think they call it like the comfort, the comfort thing. They added that to this game, and they have different options to make it stronger and weaker, depending on how used to VR you are. So I really enjoyed that Respawn did that because a lot of games don't do that, and I'm happy to see that they've added those accessibility options. Now, let's talk about things I did not like. Big fat elephant in the room is the performance. This game performs horribly. The game is not optimized really at all. I'm disappointed in Respawn for putting this out without optimizations. Optimization is very, 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 very important in the VR game. And I feel like it'll alienate a large section of VR users on PC because most users don't have a 3080, a 3090, or a 3070. And this game barely works on 20 series cards, so that's not good. I can't even stream this game really consistently in certain areas with my 2070 Super. But other other AAA PC games like Half-Life Alyx and Boneworks work better with better graphics. So Respawn has to do better on that. It's kind of a shame. There's also no actual graphic setting, in-depth graphic settings in the game. So all they have is low, medium, high, and dynamic. What? There's no options to turn down shadows, to turn down textures, no anti-aliasing. Why is there no anti-aliasing options in a VR game? That's kind of important, especially because people like me who have a Valve Index which I can't wear my glasses in because of scratch the lenses. I need anti-aliasing to make things clearer for me. Even the Forest VR had that. So you telling me Respawn couldn't put that? The creators of Titanfall and Apex can put that into their VR game? Mm. So next is the graphic jump. So when you're turning the graphic settings, if you play this game, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you go from medium to low, it is the biggest difference in graphic settings I've ever seen in a VR game. And I say that because medium is blurry. This game does not have true medium. The medium is very blurry. Low is a pixelated mess. Not good at all. There should be options to turn down certain things like I mentioned before for certain graphical settings. This game needs it bad. And I'm surprised that nobody at Respawn said, you probably should put tuners for that because we have it in all our other games. So definitely that's a big L in this game. And it's gonna not make a lot of people play it because a lot of people need those graphical tunings. Now let's get to these loading screens, man. So the loading screens in this game are crazy. I've never seen a VR game with this many loading screens. Uh, the loading screens are lazy. They are big, gigantic posters with victory on them. And I mean big posters. Like this thing is probably like 20 feet tall. Like I can barely see all of it. And the loading screens happen after every small section in the game. There's no transition to a bigger map or to the next part of the level. There's a loading screen. So at one point, at one part of the game, there was a scene where you go into this bookstore, I think, and you go talk to everyone on your team about what we're gonna do next. Oh, we need to talk to this guy. At the end of that talk, at the end of that cut scene, which was really what it was, a cut scene, you get a victory screen. So after every scene, there's a screen with victory, like I mentioned, the big poster that says victory. I can tell why they really push people to have SSDs for this game, because if you don't have an SSD for this game, you will be in pain. This game requires a SSD, and I see why, because they have 4,000 loading screens in the game. They should have thought of better transitions for levels and honestly better level design so you can transition into the bookstore and out of the bookstore to the next part of the game instead of sitting through 18 loading screens to get to do one section of the game. Big L for that. That was horrible. I'd never seen that before. Another thing I didn't like is the fact that there's no smooth locomotion. So they give you the illusion of smooth locomotion because you can use the left analog stick to move, but there's the only option you have for turning is snap turning. What? Give me the option to freely turn around and move in the game. That's so weird to me. It's 2021. Well, we're at the end of 2020, but it's 2021 pretty much at this point. All VR games should have smooth locomotion at this point. I'm kind of surprised that nobody said, hey, let's add some locomotion because some people like it like that. And the fact that you have snap turning, at least add teleportation to the game if you're not going to have smooth locomotion. Come on now. Another thing I did not like is the interactivity with picking up and throwing things in the game because it's so inconsistent. If you pick up like a bottle or something and just lightly chuck it, you'll chuck it like 400 yards away or like dang near half a mile away with like a slight lick of your arm. And I guess they were going for more of an arcadey feel, like throwing grenades so that you don't have to throw stuff that hard. But they overdid it. And then like picking up things is weird because you'll put your hand right in front of something and it won't sense it for you to be able to pick it up. So I really didn't like that. It was very jarring to say the least. And the fact that your hands phase through everything in the game is so weird. So if you put your hand on the table in the game, your hands going through that table. You put your hands through a person, you can put your hands through a wall. There's no like colliders with the hands in the game, which is like standard for a VR game like this, especially a AAA VR game like Half-Life Alyx. You put your hand on the table, your hands on that table. Won't work. You put your hand on that block, your hands on that block. And I'm comparing this game to other AAA VR games because we should have some consistency in quality among these games. And this game is very lacking in that quality. And speaking of more things about interactivity, there's also no Valve Index knuckle support for this game. So you can definitely tell this was developed for Oculus, but even though they're selling it on Steam VR, if you have the Valve Index knuckle controllers, it doesn't sense all your fingers. So, and I feel like that's probably not an easy add, but I feel like it could have been added, to give more interactivity and to the game for people who bought $1,000 headset or a VR kit. So I didn't like that part either. It's not like a deal breaker, but I just think it's a bad look for attention to detail for Respawn. Now let's talk about the gun reloading. The gun reloading felt very weird in this game. I've never seen anything like it. So instead of like putting the mag inside the gun, like like in Zero Caliber VR or other VR games or FPS games. You put the mag in this blue indicator and let go. So like it just automatically goes into the gun, and then you cock it back and you start shooting and things like that. I didn't like that. I felt like it was kind of wonky in certain parts of the game. So if you get into a firefight and you're like, oh, I'm trying to reload, trying to reload, trying to reload, and you forget to let it go, or you forgot that, oh, you're supposed to let it go inside this little area instead of actually putting it into the gun, it can get a little annoying in like high intense situations. And also another thing with things floating into place is the gun holsters in the game. So you get 3 holsters for your guns. You get one on your left shoulder, right shoulder, and then your bottom right or bottom left if you're left-handed. To put a gun down or put a gun inside the holster, you just drop it. So if you have a gun in front of you and you drop it, it will go back to its designated holster, which is kind of weird because I feel like they could have just let you drop it behind your back for more immersion. And it's kind of weird to just throw a gun in front of you and then boom, it just automatically goes to your back. So kind of weird detail. It's so weird. So what's my final verdict for this game? Honestly, I cannot recommend this game for $60. I really feel like this game should have been 30, if that, to be honest. I think Respawn wanted a AAA expensive VR game, but this is just not it. Half-Life Alice is $60. I'd rather put $60 into a game I know is great. Boneworks is $30. Why would I pay for this game when I can get Boneworks? This just doesn't make sense to me. This game is lacking a lot of VR elements, and it kind of feels like the people that made this don't play VR games or they rushed it. And I feel like that rushing is going to kill this game. This game should have been delayed for at least another month. It should have had a beta. There should have been some reviews out. And I kind of should have saw this coming because this game had no reviews coming out, no talks about it really. It kind of just came out. Very strange. I can't, and it kind of makes me weird seeing other YouTubers recommend this game to people when this game is obviously not that good. I didn't even try the multiplayer because if the campaign barely works, there's no way in heck the multiplayer was gonna work. So they messed it. They butchered my boy. It's sad to see like a series not go out like this, but be shown this type of respect as a game, especially when it's one of the progenitors of the FPS shooter genre. So I definitely expected more out of Medal of Honor, out of Respawn, out of just the developers in general for a AAA VR game for $60. I can't recommend it, but in the future, if it goes on sale, maybe pick it up. But as of right now, I've refunded the game until everything is fixed. Maybe I'll pick it up again later in the future when it's on sale and stream it, but I need some fixes. I need some optimization fixes. I need some quality of life fixes for this game. This game's multiplayer will die if this does not get fixed soon. So if you're watching this Respawn, get on it now because you probably got a few weeks so people forget about this game if you don't fix things. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Also follow your boy at Twitch at RDU15. We have a lot of fun over there. Leave a comment on your experiences in this game if you've played it already, or if you just have any experiences in general in Medal of Honor. I'd like to hear your experiences because I really love Medal of Honor. So this is a sad video to make. I hope you have a great day. Bye.